What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new league racing video on the channel. We're back once again for eSports Masters League. Here today for round number 5, the Canadian Grand Prix. Now coming into this, I will admit I was actually rather confident of a good result, as I had narrowly actually missed out on a world record attempt in time trial the day before this race. I think I ended up like 6 on the leaderboard or something, and I was almost able to replicate that pace in Grand Prix mode as well. So I was really happy with the pace. So yeah, I thought, you know, coming into this, I think we can try and win this one today. But that was in the dry, and well, I had fingers crossed that it wasn't going to rain. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that in a few moments' time. But there's the confirmed driver lineup. So we're going to be running alongside Harry once again for like, I don't know, 3rd week in a row or something now. So I think we're pretty set for the rest of the season. I don't know, we might swap out with 1 or 2 of the other guys at certain races. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what goes on with all that. But anyway. So yeah, we're here for qualifying, but as you could see there, when we had a quick glance at the weather, we are in for a full wet race, which is absolutely fantastic, because like I said, I had done all my running, all my prep in the dry, and had never even given it a thought to actually go and do some practice in the wet. And more to the point, because it's wet, I'm not going to be running the full dry setup either. As you could see there, we've made some modifications to hopefully make it a bit friendlier in the race. We'll no doubt make this qualifying session a bit difficult in terms of trying to get the absolute max out of the car. Be interesting to see if anyone or how many people have actually compromised with a little bit of a half dry, half wet setup, because that's really kind of what I've gone for, to be brutally honest. Yeah, so be interesting to see what the fast times are. I've got no idea what an actual like top time is here that we're going to be aiming for. I'd still probably guess a 107, but maybe like a, I don't know, real high 7, like a 7.8, maybe even an 8.0. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But finishing off our first lap now, it was a fairly cautious one, to be honest. Kaz purple on an 8.5. We go purple on an 8.4. Definitely wasn't the best lap. There's a lot of time in that, but you know, it's okay for the first run of the session. Andreas immediately goes quicker on an 8.0 though. So we come back in, put a new set of boots on, and I'm going to let you guys ride along for our fastest lap of qualifying. So yeah, enjoy. Alrighty, there we go, through the final chicane, run up to the line, and we crossed it to a 108.029. I can actually say that's the exact same time that Andreas put in as well, so yeah, 1,000th faster and we'd be P2, but oh well, it happens. So yeah, as I was saying, or as I did allude to, that turned out to be our fastest lap of the session. I did go out again at the end, as you can see right here, And this lap was quite a lot better, it must be said, especially through here. We gained a lot of time, just over a tenth, just through that little section right there. PB sector 1, about 2 tenths up as we come through left right. We lose a little bit on the exit there, so that's not too good, but we're still okay, we're still up. Now down to this very tricky right-left section. It is so easy to invalidate through there, it's ridiculous, but we get away with it that time. Down the hairpin, purple in the mid-sector, we're 2 tenths up on Kaz at the moment in P3. So this lap was looking good to maybe threaten the front row, as I think our teammate Harry is actually P2 at the moment, which is pretty good. But as we come up to the final chicane, we just go full send, and unfortunately we were just a tiny bit too greedy, and we have invalidated what was a very nice lap. We crossed with a 107.7. That would have only been enough for P3 in the end. But yeah, unfortunately, when you invalidate, doesn't matter how fast you go, the times don't count. So yeah, that was a little bit silly, but easy mistake to make, I suppose. I mean, it is so tight through there, it is absolutely ridiculous. But you know, we're still top 5. Our teammate Harry there on the front row in P2, setting the exact same time as Kazizel as well. So yeah, that's interesting. We have the exact same time as Andreas as well. So yeah, there you go. Common theme here at Canada. Everybody sitting the exact same time as the person directly ahead or behind. But anyway, over to the race now, and what is a fairly shite looking Canadian Grand Prix circuit. We're going to start on full wets. It does look like it's going to dry out towards the end though, so that could be something to keep an eye on. But anyway, main thing here at the start, obviously I want to try and make progress, but the visibility, especially when the rain is heavy enough for full wet tyres, visibility is just damn near non-existent, especially when you're stuck beyond another car. I mean, look at this even here on the formation lap. You can barely see a thing. I mean, I was coming along here and I was actually almost trying to squint to actually see just where Andreas was, because I actually couldn't see them. And yeah, I mean, this is only the formation lap. We're only cruising, so you can imagine what it's going to be like when we actually come around, reform and start the race. But speaking of starting the race, that's what we're just about to do. So we'll reform back on the grid in P5. Harry starting from P2, so 2nd and 5th for Leauge, not too bad. We can definitely try and make something happen from here.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alrighty, looks like everybody is set back on the grid, so we should be getting underway any moment now. Hopefully the lobby doesn't break, which is pretty common, to be fair. Everybody readies up. There we go. We're a ghost car for some reason. Hopefully that fixes itself. 5 red lights. And away we go here for round number 5 here at Canada. Looks like a pretty decent launch. Harry struggling to get off the line there. Looks like Kaz is going to have a look at Kazizel, who goes very deep. We've got to try and avoid our own teammate there. Wouldn't look real good if we made contact with him. But looks like we've jumped Andreas off the line. So straight up to P4. But Kaz from 3rd to 1st. Very nice start from him there. Harry, however, looks like he's struggling a bit here at the start in these full wet conditions. So we're going to try and get past him here. We looked to the inside, but I wasn't really sure where to brake, because obviously, you know, you can't see. Like, you can't see your braking points, you can't see any your usual references. So yeah, it was just really hard to try and see where to brake and where to turn. That's definitely not the way to do it, as we completely cock up that right-hander. Kaz and Kazizel, meanwhile, they've absolutely bolted 1.5 to 2 seconds clear already. Kazizel, however, very wide in the hairpin there, but he'll get a good run onto the back straight though, and yet that gap slowly goes back out. But anyway, good first lap from us. We're up into P3, so yeah, can't complain about that. Harry's still there in P4 with Andreas just behind him. Warning already So, yep, cool, love to see it. And yeah, that is lap 1 done and dusted. Kaz fastest lap of the race, not surprisingly. First guy over the line obviously always gets it. But yeah, sitting 3rd and 4th at the moment, so not too bad. Yellow flags are behind us, as I think there was a bit of an accident involving one of the TTG cars, but yeah, anyway, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I don't know, something like that. Anyway, getting back to our race, the end of lap 2, we go purple on a 23.3, and we are actually starting to gain, well I say starting to gain, we have caught the 2 leaders, and you can see just how hard I'm trying, working away on the steering wheel. There is just no grip out here at the moment, and as you can see, now that I've gotten to within about a second, I'm really kind of stalemate because I can't see. When you get up behind another car, the spray is just that bad, you cannot see a thing. So yeah, this was really sketchy at this point of the race, just trying to get by to just to get some visibility to actually be able to see, because as I was saying to Harry during this race, I actually felt like my pace was really good, and if I could get to the lead, I felt like I could actually try and break away. But anyway, we're still P3 to the end of lap 4. Kaz makes a mistake though, because Csl looks to go past on the right side. Kaz squeezes him into a wall there, and the 2 leaders have basically taken each other out. That has gifted us the lead, and not only has it done wonders for us, but Harry has also gotten up into 2nd. So from sitting 3rd and 4th, now we're 1st and 2nd, so this is absolutely awesome for the team. And well, as you can see, looking at the gaps there, I did say I felt like my pace was good, and if we could get clean air, I felt like I could get the hammer down and really try and break away. To the end of lap 5, we go on purple to the middle sector. We've gotten the gap out to about 1.3 to our teammate behind. He in turn has got about a second back to Kaz behind. Yellow flags back there in the hairpin, not too sure what that's for. But yeah, things going very nicely for us. There really isn't much more to say than that, obviously. I mean, visibility is still atrocious. I mean, as you can see, it's still sketchy as all hell, but we're doing pretty well. Fastest lap of the race there, 22.7. Fastest lap by ourselves. That was like, what, 6/10 quicker or something, so it's amazing what a bit of clear air and fresh air on the nose can do for you. But anyway, on to the end of lap 8, we slowly started building that gap up more and more as one of the GTZ cars has retired. We come across new fastest lap of the race, improving by another 4/10 down to 122.2, so not too bad there. As we're going to come up on this retired GTZ car. So let's have a look. Where is he? He's all the way over there. Wow. So well, I'm not too sure how he's managed that. Either he's gotten help, maybe he's just aquaplaned or something. But yeah, that's he's gone a long way off, and he's obviously hit hard enough to knock a wheel off or something. So yeah, that's different. But yeah, after we got clean air, honestly, for our race, things just kept improving. I was getting faster and faster. I was getting more and more comfortable, more and more confident. And can't take anything away from Harry either. 12 laps in, he's still there in 2nd, 4.3 seconds behind. He's pulling away from all of the guys behind him as well. So we're doing pretty damn well for ourselves at the moment. But anyway, to the end of lap 12, nothing really changes. We're still pulling away. About 3 seconds between 2nd and 3rd.
2 laps until the pit window. You'll be on inters for the next stint.
And almost 5 seconds back to Harry. Now, interesting that Jeff should say that. He thinks that we will be going on to the intermediate tyre. Now, at this point in time, I didn't really believe that, because I still felt that the track was in pretty... well, I mean, you can see it. It's still raining very heavily, and we're still setting personal best even on 13-lap old wet tyres. So our pace doesn't seem too bad. But on to the end of lap 16, the track did seem to dry out a little bit. The rain eased off, and everybody has pitted printers. We have gone around an extra lap, obviously, as I wanted to give pit priority to Harry to make sure he could maintain P2, as I felt like if I pitted first and I left him out, Kaz might have gotten the undercut on him. Might not, because he was about 3 seconds back. I didn't think it was that powerful, but you know, better to play these things safe. And yeah, it's worked out pretty well. Harry, fastest lap of the race, only momentarily now as the fastest laps come flooding in from everybody behind us there. But the gap has not really changed at all, in fairness. It was about 4.95 seconds 3 laps ago. And even with an undercut on us, Harry's only gained about 2/10. So yeah, staying out to lap 16 probably wasn't actually that bad of a strategy call, but on to the start of lap 18, and well, things are going pretty well. Harry, fastest lap of the race behind us there, 19.8.
The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Well, yes, thank you, Jeff, for that useless information. We are actually warming up to try and get the hammer down again. But, yeah, well, straight away, purple first sector by a second already. So, yeah, these inters felt a lot nicer than those old wets, I can tell you that much. And yeah, at this stage, it was really just a case of, right, let's get back into a rhythm, try and set some purple laps, and just build that gap up as big as we possibly can. That's our second warning of the race there as well, so yeah, we've got to try and go 17 laps now without picking up a warning. Bit of a stretch, but you know, we'll try and make it work. But yeah, purple to the middle sector there as well, so probably going to be a fastest lap here, as long as we can get through the final chicane here and don't do a Kaz and completely miss it. We get through there nice and tidy, up to the line, probably going to be a 19, yes it is, cross the line for a 1:19.255. Thanks Jeff, I can see that, you don't need to tell me. But yeah, that was probably one of the most exciting points of this stint, to be fair. Yeah, not a lot happened. Lewis has retired, so let's see what is going on here. Virtual safety car.
Caution zone, be careful until you see the greens. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
Alright, so that looked like a bit of a weird one. Lewis has effectively crashed on the exit of, I think, what is it, turn 3, 4, 4, 5 or something? I don't know. But, yeah, excuse my terrible knowledge of corner numbers, it's pretty bad. But, yeah, that VSC ended pretty quickly, so we got back underway once again. And on the lap 26, we're going purple in the mid-sector again. We did pick up a 3-second time penalty as well. I think we got that back on lap 24 or something, I want to say. I think that sounds about right. But yeah, not really going to affect us too much. We've got 10 seconds back to Harry, who in turn has about 8 seconds back to the guys behind him. You could say the trio behind him. But yeah, we crossed the line to take back the fastest lap now with a 1:18.821, so very nice there. No points available for fastest lap, obviously, in eSports Masters League, but you know, always nice just to grab it anyway. Personal pride, I guess you could say. But anyway, yeah, really just not much to talk about, honestly. As you can see, we're pulling away from Harry behind, and that was basically everything that happened in the final stint. All the way on to lap number 34 now. We've got almost a 14-second lead to our teammate, and basically half a minute buffer back to anyone else. And where you can see some yellow flags back around there, Andreas, the S2V man in fourth, has actually gotten a left rear puncture. Now, that had me quite worried because my rear tyres didn't look that flash either. And, well, as you can see on the final lap now, we have really slowed down and well, 2 seconds off in the mid-sector, so we haven't slowed down that much really, but yeah, I think from memory, who was it? Andreas got a puncture. I think it was Pedro got a puncture as well. Yeah, so rear tyres were going for quite a few drivers at the end of this race, but for the two Leauge boys, we are going to make it round to the end. We exit the final chicane, avoid the wall of champions, and for the second time this season, it is a win in the Premier Series. Get in there. Good stuff. Alright, so there we go guys, that is today's video. EML Premier Series Round 5, the Canadian Grand Prix, and what a race that was. I'm really just, well, I really just don't know what to say. I mean, that was just a absolutely great race from me personally. An absolutely perfect race for the team, bringing home a 1-2. That'll do us a world of good in the championship. And actually, speaking of the championship, let's switch over and have a look at that now, shall we? There we go. So after the Canadian Grand Prix, and that is a pretty big shake-up in the order. So Leauge is now leading by 25 points. Wow, that's a pretty big lead. S2V, who I thought were really going to be the ones to catch, they're now down in 4th. So they've got quite a bit of work to do. Same could be said for GTZ and CPI, but you know, hopefully they can turn their fortunes around in the upcoming rounds. But yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. This should be the last F1 League Racing video for the year. Well, I know for a fact that's the last League Racing video of the year, because League Racing is now done for 2020. So yeah, this is the final one, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, greatly appreciate it. And yeah, until the next one, hope everybody is well, stay safe, wishes a Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'll see you all soon.